feel like they were involved in Battlefield 2, or can they get into Battlefield 3, really feel comfortable pretty quick and play this game?
No, it's really important to make sure that actually someone new to the franchise can jump in and have a great experience with it. We're going to play the game of things I can't talk too much about yet. But we've actually just mentioned coming into E3 about a new service that we're going to be providing to people at no extra charge. Which is important because there's some other people out there who feel like
it's the buzzword.
Some people like to charge for things. We decided not to. But that's another tool for us to really help people along, engage with your friends, and really make sure that you're coming into the Battlefield experience and really feeling like you have the support and the tools to be competitive, to really learn this experience and be good at it. And there will be a learning curve for anyone. Anytime you're new to a game, and I strongly will encourage people that are new to the experience, take the time to play the single player, because it is that kind of offline that will really help you understand. We try and be very true to this kind of Battlefield experience where when you're firing the weapons, we like the details about, bullets dropping. We like those things. You're going to have to play the game to really understand it. The great news that we announced yesterday is that we're going to have an open beta before we launch. So I definitely encourage people come September to get out there and jump in the beta, because that's before the game ships, and that'll be your playground to be able to kind of get used to the controls, because we do like to do things slightly differently. I think we feel that it's a little bit more detailed. You're going to be able to mount tripods now in the multiplayer experience, on surfaces, or if you drop down, if you're suppressing. So those details, you're going to want to jump in the game and learn, but we try and bring people along fairly quickly and really hopefully help them become Battlefield players, in not too long a time.
Well, I guess I'm asking everybody, so I guess I've got to ask you the same question. Over the course of the history, what is it that is your favorite part of Battlefield throughout the whole thing? It could be all the way back, or it could be something you're seeing now that's exciting you. But I guess what's your favorite piece?
So I love the team mechanic of what Battlefield offers. And for me, I was actually a latecomer. So Battlefield 2 I loved. I jumped in, and the Bad Company series for me, and Bad Company 2 specifically, brought me along to where on a console experience, I could play with my friends to a level that we could be I'd like to say dominant on the battlefield. And for us, I was actually able to, I work obviously with the team, so I get to play the game a lot while it's going through development, but my friends don't. These are my friends just in the gaming universe, and so when the game comes out, our ability to work as a squad, spotting, just to be able to work together and pick apart your enemies, to me, it is the most gratifying thing in the world, because we really do play as different classes, and we really kind of play to the benefits of what those classes provide. So some people, kind of the recon class is a love-hate relationship. Some people love, sniping. Others hate it, and I am not a recon class guy. I love playing engineer. It's one of my favorite things. So when you're introducing the vehicles and being able to not only wield the power of what we bring into the game through our military vehicles, but also play a support action of letting others drive and shoot and make sure that I'm just keeping things intact, is just a really nice thing. So yeah, for me, I would say probably the squad mechanics of playing with my friends in the most recent Battlefield Bad Company 2, still to this day is when I go home tonight, what I want to do. And that's to me kind of the greatest thing about an experience like Battlefield. It's not, okay, I got the game, I play it for a couple weeks, I go home. Bad Company 2 shipped over a year ago, and we're still playing it every weekend at least, because some of my friends are on the East Coast, so timing-wise, I have to wait and line everything up with them. So the weekends usually become a better thing, but Yeah, but still, every week I'm still playing that game.
That's outstanding. Well, I guess the one last question I have to ask, which is a burning question, is are we going to get any hints on how long the single player is going to be?
No. That is what. No, we're really excited, obviously, and for us, we're still crafting all the details around it. I mean, I think you can respect, obviously, what the DICE team has done, you know, throughout the legacy of this franchise. The polish is critical for us. So, no, the game is still being worked on, and I'm not in a position to talk about total length, but we will be talking more about the single-player experience a little bit later this year, and we will go into those details and talk about it. But right now, for us, the critical thing is to just make sure we have a perfectly polished experience, again, like I said, that bring people into this Battlefield 3 universe and take them through it in a very clean and exciting way. So no, it's really on us to just make sure we nail that as best we can. And timing for us is not as important right now. It's just making sure through that entire experience you're feeling all of the elements we want, bringing to life all of the nuances of the Battlefield gameplay that we know people are going to be able to carry over into the multiplayer, and do all we can to make the story and the experience feel rich and exciting.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it, and I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to see if I can get downstairs and get the dog tags. But while I do that, you guys are going to watch the Back to Karkland expansion pack.
The Back to Karkand expansion pack reimagined classic Battlefield maps Wake Island, Sharkey Peninsula, Gulf of Oman and Strike at Karkand. We caught up with Nicholas Fagrius, the pack's lead designer, and David Spinier, who designed the original maps, for a chat.
2 months ago we basically thought of how could we make a really cool experience for the core fans and the new fans, and it felt kind of natural to revisit the epic maps of BF2.
So you designed some of those maps.
I did Strike at Karkand and I did Sharkey Peninsula.
And why do you think people really liked Strike at Karkand? Apparently it's one of the top maps ever.
It has the infantry stuff. It's super intense. I can barely survive 5 seconds on it. But it also has the kind of the mix of vehicle in there as well. Also, I had a very specific kind of design idea for it when I designed it originally, and I think that part kind of came through.
And Nicholas, you've been applying the Frostbite 2 touch to Strike at Karkand. How's that been for you?
It allows us to do a lot of things. So it's, you know, dynamics and destruction and lighting and a whole bunch of stuff. I just want to make sure that the core gameplay is there so that fans can recognize, and when they jump in, you know, it feels like they've been there and they recognize the scenery, and but still, you know, the new bling attached to it.
In terms of destruction, how does that alter the way people might play the map?
You can, you know, blow a hole in the wall if someone's hiding and no one is safe behind cover and so on. So that interesting, you know, new gameplay dynamic will be in Karkand as well, the new one. So and that's one of the challenges, to make sure that fits with the core gameplay and make sure it's fun.
And in terms of the vehicles, is it going to have the same vehicles that you put in there, or is it going to be different ones?
You're going to see some of the old vehicles from BF2 and refamiliarize yourself with them.
Do you think Frostbite 2 gives you more freedom in terms of being more creative with the Strike at Karkand map and the other 3 as well in the pack?
Yeah, it does. It's a really dynamic engine, and we can do tons of stuff. But again, we want to make sure that the core gameplay is still there. But then on top of that, we want to add all the new stuff that Frostbite offers.
And will there be different game modes in there as well?
You will be able to play Rush on Karkand, yes.
So ultimately for you guys, what do you think is more rewarding? Starting afresh and coming up with some new map designs, or maybe changing one that already exists, such as Strike at Karkand, and giving it a new lease of life?
Personally, and this is just me, I love creating new maps, but it's been really interesting, kind of rewarding to see these guys work on something I didn't. I think we got a new audience just releasing BC Bad Company 1 and Bad Company 2 for consoles. So I think it's a real opportunity for new players to experience these old maps.
So David, you're working on Battlefield 3. You've probably seen most of the multiplayer maps. Is there one you've seen already that you're thinking, that could be the next Strike at Karkand?
Every game we do will have a map that kind of stands out, that is more popular. And I think definitely we have a lot of interesting and promising looking maps for BF. kind of in the same vein with the infantry experience and the urban settings. So it looks very, very promising.
Hey, it's Al. I'm back down in the multi-gamer pit. I'm with Adam and I'm with Jeremy. They're from the PAL Gaming Network all the way from Sydney, Australia. What did you guys think of the multiplayer, Jeremy?
It was pretty fantastic. It pretty much did exactly everything I wanted it to, and even more.
What was your favorite class that you played on here?
I was playing as the medic class.
Why did you choose medic?
And just in this case, I happened to have the weapons that I wanted it to. And I was thinking my teammates, they weren't that good today, so...
So somebody needed to be the medic.
Pretty much, yeah, someone had to take care of them.
Adam, what did you think of the details of the game?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The detail is extraordinary, the dust, the animation, the models. I mean, it's an intense experience, almost as intense an experience I've ever had on a multiplayer game. You know, so really, really great stuff, I reckon. That's me anyway.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming down, playing the game, all the way from Sydney, Australia, with the PAL Gaming Network. So you guys enjoy the rest of the show. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to get another... Thanks, guys. We're going to get another crowd in here shortly, so we'll probably be going back out on the street. Okay, I'll keep... Well, what the heck? We're going to keep going. Okay, some of the questions that we ask. What gamer tag do you play under?
Kaiser Jezza.
Say that again slowly.
Kaiser Jezza.
What about you?
I'm under Mofster, M-O-F-S-T-E-R.
So do you guys play together as a clan?
No, I can't stand him most of the time.
Well, no, I guess not now. No.
So you'll make sure in this next game you're going to take his dog tag.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get a chance to take anybody out in Melee?
Yes, it was amazing.
I almost did, but they shot me.
Well, that's what happens when you bring a knife to a gunfight, right? right. So, Australia.
Yeah.
You guys are how far ahead of us right now, or behind us? Like a day, a month, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we traveled back in time to come here, actually.
So, you're actually here tomorrow instead of today.
Pretty much, yeah.
How long did the flight take you to come over from Australia?
It's about, what, 17 hours, 13 hours? Yeah, we went through Auckland, so it's about 17 hours all up. Isn't this one of the longest flights you can take around the world? It's pretty bad anyway. The jet lag's pretty bad.
Holy mackerel, that's a long way to go.
Nothing like some Battlefield to wake you up, though.
Good. Now, in the history of the Battlefield franchise, did you guys start, is this the first time you played Battlefield, or did you go all the way back?
Yeah, been in there, in and out. Played some of the first ones, a bit in the middle.
And you started when?
Well, way back in high school. As you know, Australia only got electricity really recently, but we also had these things called these LAN cafes, right? And I actually went and played Battlefield 1942 with my mates in high school. So we've been playing for ages, yeah. And this, you know, especially the multiplayer. And, you know, this really does seem like it's a really hardcore, really intense, really, you know, sort of very true to that multiplayer experience I had at the LAN parties, except, you know, now obviously it's going online, it's much bigger, yeah.
Right, when Battlefield 2 came out in 2005, I believe it was, you know, that was, what, 6 years ago? And now Battlefield 3 is finally coming out in 2011, October. And what have you seen in the difference? Did you guys get a chance to drive any of the LAVs or anything?
No, it was me just running and gunning for me. I don't know about Jeremy, but...
Yeah, no, I didn't get the vehicle. Someone else got that.
I saw they said there were jets and something in this game, and there's all kinds of crazy new vehicles, so, you know, I'm looking forward to it, but I didn't get a chance to try them out, yeah.
Well, in Battlefield 2, did you guys get a chance to operate any of the main vehicles?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, you know, it was really fun then, and I'm hoping Battlefield 3 will be equally fun now. You know, one of my favorite parts is always, you know, racing to get to the helicopter before someone else and just driving it off and then crashing it 2 seconds later.